Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the new channel, and I am bringing you guys a student loan update. Here we go. President Joe Biden is considering limiting his student debt relief program to being only for Americans earning less than $125,000 per year. This was according to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who, if I'm not mistaken, is actually leaving her post pretty soon. This move would have some serious implications no matter how you slice it. On one hand, if Biden goes through with this plan, he would effectively cancel student loans for 1/3 of all student loan borrowers. However, on the other hand, 2/3 will be completely left out, and 10,000 wouldn't do much to erase the other 2/3 of Americans' debt because of how much many Americans owe. Now, in terms of partisanship, any kind of student loan debt forgiveness, even a tiny amount, is likely to anger Republicans as well as some moderate Democrats. However, only forgiving $10,000 will anger progressive groups and some liberal Democrats who have been pushing for cancellation of $50,000 per borrower or more. Now, President Joe Biden recently said that he'd be making his decision around student loan forgiveness within weeks, which is great. I think a lot of borrowers have been waiting for that. It's been about 2 years of people not paying their loans, and I think people are tired and they just want a definitive answer. Are we going to get our loans canceled? How much are we going to get canceled? Please, Joe Biden, let us know. And so now canceling $50,000 for all will cost around $900 billion, and that would leave 80% of current federal student loan holders with a balance of $0. Yes, effectively no balance. This is according to a recent study done by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Now, if Biden does decide to cancel $10,000 of student loan debt for every borrower, that would wipe out $321 billion of federal student loans and eliminate the entire balance for nearly 12 million people. Now, many people in both the finance and political sphere believe Biden canceling all or even some student loan debt will essentially help the Democrats basically buy votes and get both the millennial and younger Democrats to turn out in droves in November. And so overall, obviously, student loans is a very controversial issue. No matter what he does, there's always going to be somebody that's unhappy. But if you want my honest opinion as a person who went to college and has about $30,000 in student loan debt, I do think that Biden should not only cancel student loans, but I think the key part that people aren't talking about is he should also fix the program. Because if you just cancel student loans for a bunch of people, what about the people who are still getting screwed over by these colleges and are basically getting degrees that are essentially worthless and are not going to get them a well-paying job or a job that pays them anywhere near the income needed to pay back these insane loans with these crazy interest rates? And so I think that if Biden is going to forgive some loans, I think he should get rid of these programs, these government programs that are allowing students to go to college with no guidance and essentially take X amount of dollars out in student loan debt to get a degree that's not going to pay what a salary that is needed in order to pay those loans back. And so I think that the student loan system needs to be reformed. And I think that's another main issue that I have not seen very many people talk about. And I think Biden needs to significantly prioritize that. Now, in terms of $10,000, I think it'd be good. It makes sense. I mean, it would help 1/3 of most of the people who owe student loan debts. I think that's significant, but I think it is leaving out a significant portion of everybody else. So my thesis is, how do you mitigate that, right? Well, if you cancel $50,000, which he already said he's not going to do, that would upset a lot of people and could upset more people than he would want to upset. So I think you meet somewhere in the middle. Maybe you cancel $10,000 for every borrower and then you get rid of interest. Maybe you cancel $30,000 for every borrower. But whatever you do, the main point is not only should he cancel some student loan debt, but he should reform the entire system, because I think everybody can agree that college, essentially the way that it is constructed in terms of the loan structure and how you are set up for life once you graduate, is kind of a scam, because most people who go to college end up with jobs that are average. You're not really making any money, and you sure as heck aren't making enough money to pay your student loans. And the trick is they tell you, well, if you want to make more money, you got to go to grad school. So you go to grad school and you get your master's degree. But unfortunately, most of the people who go to grad school and get their master's degree end up in the same hole, because they took out even more student loan debt And now they end up with a little bit of a higher income than they would have had they had a bachelor's degree, but they are still in the hole financially, and they still are in a position where they are not making enough money to pay back that student loan. So there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude this video. I know it was a short one, so there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.